we have lungs. In fact, all mammals, birds, reptiles and amphibians, that is frogs and toads, have lungs. But the breathing organ for other animals can be different. For example, a unicellular organism like amoeba or paramecium has no special organ for exchange of gases. It is through general body surface. In the case of an earthworm, it is the skin which is always moist, and through that oxygen enters the body. Now, what about the insects? You know, in the case of insects, they have a special system. They do not have nose, trachea, lungs and so on. Instead, they have holes on the sides of their body. These holes are called spiracles. These spiracles are like your say nasal cavity or the nose, but these lead to a tubular system, that means a system of tubes called trachea. In the case of insects, it is not the blood which carries oxygen, but it is the trachea which reach every cell and transport oxygen. And that is why the blood of insects is not red in color as in the case of other animals. It has no hemoglobin because it does not have to transport oxygen. In fact, blood is also not in the blood vessels. It is in the body cavity, and such a circulatory system is called open circulatory system. In the case of other animals, including human beings, the blood always flows in the blood vessels. So, that is called a closed circulatory system. So, now we know that if you are asked that what is the breathing organ of insects, the answer will be trachea. We can't say spiracles because spiracles are only the holes. What they lead to is a tracheal network, and this is how insects breathe, right. Now, what about the fishes? Can a fish survive if we take it out of water? It cannot. Why it cannot? Because fishes have a special organ called gills which help them to breathe in water. They cannot use air present in the atmosphere. Now, what are gills? Gills are projections of skin, and they are richly supplied by blood vessels. You must have seen that when fishes are breathing, it seems they are actually gulping down water. That is right, because when this water passes on the gills are able to separate oxygen dissolved in water, and through their blood they supply to all parts of the body. But you know, oxygen present in water is much less than oxygen found in the atmosphere. And now just compare your breathing rate with the breathing rate of fish or other aquatic animals. Certainly, in the case of fishes and other aquatic animals, the breathing rate is much higher because oxygen available is less. So, it is the gills that help in breathing in the case of fishes.